I bought this VR6 in Joberg on Sunday, and you must always remember pictures can be very deceiving. When I got there, if you look at the car, it looks pretty neat. It was missing a wheel cap, but you can see for the most part it's in pretty good nick. That's from the outside. But when you start to look a little closer, then you can see things like overspray, some more overspray. You can even see there's a bit of filler or something on the roof here. And then when you start to look even closer, you can see lots of little chips on the side. You can see over here there's quite a big chip out here. Then when you check the petrol, the little tab that's supposed to be here is like broken off, so the flap doesn't even. Then obviously one wheel cap is missing there, and let's open the door. Then you can see the extent of it. What I thought was mint in the pictures. You can see how the lock, everything has been painted here, and then you can see here all of this, it's all been painted. And you can see this little trim piece over here right the way along is missing. Then when you start going inside, you can see the pedal or the clutch is not aligned. It is missing its cover underneath here. But this is where I thought most of the damage was. You can see the leather, it's pretty beaten up. And then on the interior, the handbrake itself, it's not holding properly, you can see. Then the gear lever, oh, you can see it's stuck in gear now because I have to press the clutch. Get into the car. So on the actual gear lever itself, there's quite a bit of free play. You can see there that is free play on it. And then I ran a diagnostic, and basically came up with faults for supply voltage, knock sensor, lambda sensor. That was on the engine. And then I went into the ABS, and you can see the ABS is definitely not functioning here. I did notice when I bought it that this light wasn't illuminating. But now the problem is that I've been caught here. I was thinking this is an airbag spec model because it's a 97 and it's got the small headrests, but I forgot the one important difference is that the airbag spec has got two lights. It's got an airbag light and an ABS light. So it turns out this is not a true airbag spec, although the seats are correct, the fuel injection is correct, the wheels are correct, but it was obviously early 97 or 96. They registered in 97. And then carrying on around the car, in the back, you can see the rear seats are pretty good. So I bought the car on the strength of this, that the rest of the interior was sort of okay. The door panels are sort of okay, they're not damaged. The hood liner is black vinyl, which I will definitely change to an original material. And then yeah, it's missing the speaker grill covers because they've changed the speakers. Door doesn't close 100%. And then when we go around to the back here, you can see the exhaust, it's not in the center, it's like too far in, and you can see the pipes are a bit dented. That's definitely not original. It does have a tow bar, not that I'm ever going to tow with it. Then the boot, I've checked, boot shocks are definitely kaput, doesn't hold up. If that thing slams on you, it'll probably break your back. You can see the window is secured with a key. That electric window doesn't work. And on the passenger front door, same sort of story. You can see the painting here, and then as well these trim pieces are missing, but on the inside it's not too bad. Unfortunately the cubby, I only saw this afterwards. I can see this is actually upside down. Then on the dash the fan does work, but I see the directional controls don't work at all. They're like stuck. I'll have to have a look at that. The aircon is not working. Then if we carry on, let's get to under the bonnet where the real fun happens. So I bought this car on the strength that it was the correct year model. It had the airbag, it had the correct fuel injection, the correct wheels. I drove it all the way from Johannesburg without any issue. And when I got back, I started looking, you know, at the actual engine bay, and I noticed that the fan control unit wasn't even connected, but the fan is working. So the guys have done some sort of repairs here on the wiring. You can see the fan control unit is inside there. You can see there it is, but it's not even plugged in. So the rest of it looks okay. You can see the engine is quite neat. There's no leaks. But according to the customer, he did change this engine, which you can see it's got the import sticker over it. But you can see it does have the correct throttle body. But yeah, look, you can see how they've just taken an import engine and they've just sort of hacked it in. But it does have everything. The gears are quite bad. You can see the cable ties inside holding the fan's plug on, and then the aircon is missing. It's one top pipe, and it's missing the aircon grill in the front here, the aircon condenser. You can see the headlights. That one is cracked. When I did get it in, the bonnet was so badly aligned that's why it obviously cracked the light. But you can see there's some chipboard screws. This light is also chipped. Then you can see the paintwork here. If you look at this paintwork, it's quite rough. But the main thing was that it has the original bonnet liner. That's not something you see very often. And the coolant bottle is a bit dirty. It has definitely been changed before, but it's just really quite dirty, you know. It's got all the covers, still got the stock exhaust. So I don't know how much of a lemon, if I want to call it a lemon, I bought, but I mean it drove 100% all the way from Joberg. There's no wheel bearing noise, the gearbox is fine, the engine is fine, it didn't use any oil, it's got a reasonable amount of power. The bodywork is, from far it looks fine, but obviously when you get closer then you can start to see the actual very fine damage here and there, and the overspray. There's just overspray everywhere. You know, you just can see that it's just had an outside blower over. You know, you can see in the door jambs here, but it doesn't look like it's had any major structural work, except for here where I can see the door line. You can see the door line here is not aligned properly, and you can see this door was obviously white. You know, the door handles are missing the rubbers. You can see how it's chipped it, and it's not flush. So definitely something happened over here on this side. And then yeah, I checked underneath, it looks okay. The brakes are still relatively okay. The discs are just a bit rusted, but there wasn't any brake issue. Then the next step came in with the mechanical things that it does have a problem with. Okay, this light it's obviously the handbrake switch or something, it's just staying on. And then on the engine here, you can hear, I don't know if you'll hear it nicely on the video, the gearbox has got a bit of a clatter, so we'll have to have that attended to. And then the power steering pump is whining. So it looks like I have a fair amount of work to do to get this car to the condition that I want to have it in. Maybe I got duped a little bit, but I did negotiate on the price, so I think for what I paid for a 97 with a small headrest, I don't think I got a bad deal. So thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna make videos when I start taking it apart, and let's see what real damage is hiding under the skin. Thanks so much, see you guys soon. How's that front spoiler? Is the spoiler, is it still on? Okay, thank you.